In the news tonight, security guard shot dead by her sister's ex-boyfriend.
I see she run past he there behind she run she down when he turn here, so bust 2 shots here, so bust 2 shots. He said many bust shots and so slow down, me they can go forward. He said come here, a key here. People in the scene and I think I hear bang 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 again, 3 more shots.
And court orders Chief Education Officer to produce minutes of meeting with GTU.
It goes to the question as to the legality of the strike and in all circumstances whether the strike would have been justified. And then from that, the premise will lead into other issues in terms of whether the teachers can and ought to be paid for the period when they were on strike.
The applicant is saying what the respondent is saying is not true, but the respondent now got to come and prove that what he's saying is the truth. Maybe new law, new process, but let's see how it turns out.
A 24-year-old security guard was shot dead this morning by her twin sister's ex-boyfriend at Dazzle House in Scheme, East Coast, Demerara. Dead is Ashanti, Liverpool. At the time of the shooting, Ashanti was at home with her sister's 2 children and her boyfriend when the suspect barged into the house with a gun looking for her sister. He opened fire on Ashanti, who managed to flee from the house but collapsed some 500 feet away in a nearby yard. Ashanti's boyfriend Nicholas Alfonso witnessed the entire ordeal and he spoke to the media.
Yeah, then in the bed with me, girl lay down, right? Lay down. Bob say lay down, me she get off in. She telling me she like me jacket. They lay down on the bed. Bob say here the nice door open, bad up. Come in, man, come in the house. She brother not come in the house. No man, she brother not come in the house. Thing pull open the door, back door, come in the house. Push open my bedroom door with me, she there in. Come in with the big AK. Why Shanty there? Why Shanty there? He said, I go outside with the boy, the girl is somewhere outside, boy. He said the girl is somewhere outside, Babs, me girl lay down thing. And me girl see the gun, me girl get vexed, me girl who say, now me say, see you going for the door, pick up me jacket, throw it on, run out, run past you, she run past you, he there behind she, run she down when he turn here, so, bust 2 shots here, so. Bust 2 shots. He said many bust shots and so slow down, me they can go forward. He said come here, a key here. People in the scene and I think I hear bang 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 again, 3 more shots. I say one thing, wait for see this man, but when they see, man do so walk back, coming back to me there. Is there? They must be about 12 feet away. So I say, boy, want with me girl, boy, with me girl, boy. Man, even stream man just coming. And then with the ear and thing, gone and back on the bike, pick up the bike, right, gone. Come now, me looking, finding me girl 2 3, I can't find me girl, no way, I can't find me girl. Now I find me at 4 o'clock, man, dead, shoot up.
According to Nicholas, his sister-in-law had told the suspect she wanted out of their relationship, and this angered him.
I got no problem, me girl, you know, you nothing, no, if you check phone, no conversation, nothing, you understand? Nothing me in the girl alone thing, plus the all of the night, me girl reasoning, you understand? Me girl reasoning, me girl, you change the thing and tell me girl, tell me about you. You don't know if the girl want to move, roll and thing, you say to me. Babs thing there, them come, the girl tell you, hey, you gotta beat out, you understand? The boy pick up everything, break up everything, shave all the chain, couple chain, shave the chain, break up everything, gone away. Come back with the gun. The land gold where the girl trying to tell you, ease off, you understand? Ease off, and he won't ease off. Don't drink carry all them things when the girl tell you ease off. He ease off, why you have to kill me, girl, why you have to run shit down, you understand? I gotta get justice in me, girl, and gotta do something about it. Me gotta get a future here, this shit about it. Me guys work whole month Christmas money, which guys work whole month Christmas money, without going without staying on day and night. Just to build shows, dog. And you kill me, girl, about it. Then me swing to a sister ride or die, boy, the girl 2 sons, like she 2 sons took her, she's right. Man, and night shift them is work, body. When she gone with the one day, time she come home back with them night, time and pick up and move this, how they moving, dog. He mistake nothing, you know, he kill the girl, he mistake, he run, she don't kill she, no run and kill no she. You say to me, you know it's she. He kill she, more of the she. There's the run she down and more of the she. There's the IC.
Edward Hendricks, in whose yard Ashanti succumbed, told reporters that he heard the gunshots and he and his wife took cover on the floor.
And just as we lie down there, we heard the police calling for inside. So I said, I wonder what's going on there. I come outside there, open, and I come to the door, gate there, and I talk to them. They asked him if I know about anything. I said, other than the 3 shots that I heard, nothing more. They said, okay, don't open the gate. They left and they go away. And I come back must about 2 other times, and this morning they said they would like the gate to open, and that is because a body should be in the yard. I say, a body? He said, yes. He said, a woman. I said, woman? I thought you always be looking for men. Me and no woman. And we go down at the back. When we go down the back where we normally burn the garbage, there we realize blood on the ground. I said, wow, somebody indeed got shot. And when we come out to the front, there was a woman lying face down to the ground. Yes. And all that I told my son, man, I regret I didn't come out last night. If I did come out, sometimes I feel we could have saved her life because it looked like she bleed to death because there's a lot of blood down the ground in the yard there. But I didn't know it was her. It was until this morning I got to realize it's a girl from through the street that does normally talk to us.
The suspect, who attempted to take his life at Ogle, is presently in hospital being treated for his injuries while on the police guard.
Drink and taste, you will never decline. Extra lemon and lime. It's the two combined. It's one of a kind. Extra lemon and lime. Extra lemon and lime. Taste the citrus in every sip.
It's here! Igloo Ice Cream Fruit Bars. 4 mouth-watering flavors. Mango, pineapple, strawberry, and soursop. A beautiful combination of real fruit and igloo ice cream. Go old school with fluty popsicle, classic flavors, and refreshing goodness. Available at Igloo outlets and all your favorite shops.
One of the things that would distinguish us from the other guys is our advancement in technology when it comes to security. We've been able to actually go ahead and provide home service, home security service, and drone service, among the other service that would have significantly contributed to securing society as a whole.
The Guyana Teachers Union and the Ministry of Education were back at the High Court today after the union filed an application through the attorney Darren Wade. Senior Counsel Roysdale Ford, who also appeared in the matter with Wade, said the application was focused on obtaining documents from the Ministry of Education from 2020 to February 5, 2024 to show that collective bargaining had been discussed with the Guyana Teachers Union. According to Ford, these documents ought to be in the possession of the Minister of Education, the Permanent Secretary, or the Chief Education Officer. Ford said these documents are critical in the resolution of the issues.
Government, through the Ministry of Education, is contending that a number of financial measures which are set out in their affidavit form part of a discussion or collaborative process of negotiation. The GTUC and the GTU, we are contending the opposite, that those measures pointed out in paragraph 50 of the affidavit of Saddam Hussein were unilateral impositions. They are critical for the resolution of this case. It goes to the question as to the legality of the strike and in all circumstances whether the strike would have been justified. And then from that, the premise will lead into other issues in terms of whether the teachers can and ought to be paid for the period when they were on strike.
Ford pointed out that the notice filed by Attorney at Law Darren Wade was withdrawn after Justice Kissoon made certain considerations.
But fundamentally, the pith and substance of the application was to obtain the documents, and that was ordered by the court.
Attorney General Annie Nandalal described the application filed by Wade as ridiculous.
And the whole application was misconceived from top to bottom. The court was very kind and very, very generous to him. The court granted him leave to withdraw and discontinue the proceedings. I was also very kind and charitable to him and to the teachers' union in that I did not seek an order for costs. Then the court proceeded. Now there is a conflict. Mr. Chief Education Officer has alleged a particular narrative in his affidavit. The GTU is alleging a different narrative. So you have two affidavits that are conflicting. In my view and in my learning of the law, the conventional and legally permissible thing to do in those circumstances is that you put the two witnesses in the witness box and you cross-examine them based upon what they have said on the oath in an effort to reconcile the differences. A different method was chosen here. The respondent, who has nothing to prove in the case, has been ordered to produce minutes, which we will do. But the applicant has moved this court. The applicant is asking the court for reliefs. The applicant has to prove its case. The applicant is saying what the respondent is saying is not true, but the respondent now got to come and prove that what he's saying is the truth. Maybe new law, new process, but let's see how it turns out.
According to the Attorney General, the substantive matters are questions of law.
It's whether teachers who did not work and who participated in a strike should be paid. The question whether that question can't be determined by whatever minutes and whatever different factual narratives there are from the competing parties. That is a question of law. No work, no pay. That is the law of Guyana. The other big issue was the government right in stopping the deduction of union dues. That's the big legal issues, in my view. Whatever Saddam Hussein says in an affidavit and whatever Mark Light says in an affidavit can't change the legality or illegality of that decision. So in my view, the court is in charge and I am to comply with the orders of the court.
Attorney at Law Darren Wade said the documents are important to put the Chief Education Officer Saddam Hussein to the test.
If you read the application, I believe it's important to put Mr. Saddam Hussein to the test. The union is denying that at any point there were any collective bargaining, there were any discussion in relation to benefits for the teachers. The union is contending that these meetings are statutory meetings via the 2016-2019 agreement, whereby they discuss issues in relation to policies and classroom issues. It has nothing to do with benefits for the teachers. Mr. Saddam Hussein, in his affidavit, said, no, this is not true. And the application is buttressed on that. You are saying that this transpired, provide the evidence. That is what is that's what the court decided and has asked him to do, to produce these documentations.
The matter will continue tomorrow. For these and other stories, do visit us at our website www.rdproductiongy.com.